The small town of Hammond, Indiana, appears to be facing a perilous situation caused by the railways. Shocking images show parents and young children forced to climb under, over, and even through tiny openings in train cars just to get to school. Every day in Hammond, Norfolk Southern trains remain parked in the middle of neighborhoods and busy intersections, sometimes for days. And a ProPublica investigation found that the problem isn't just in the city of Hammond. According to the Federal Railroad Administration, there were more than 28,000 reports of stopped trains in just the last year alone. In response to this story, a spokesperson for Norfolk Southern released a statement saying it is never safe for members of the public to try to cross the cars. We understand that a stopped train is frustrating, but trains can move at any time and with little warning, especially if you are far from the locomotive where the warning bell is sounded when a train starts. Well, one of the writers on that story, ProPublica reporter Topher Sanders, joins me now with more. Topher, thanks so much for being with us. So why, first of all, why is this happening? It seems a little bit insane. And give us a clear picture of how this is impacting the community.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Alexis. So this has been going on for, honestly, decades in this little community in Hammond, Indiana. The reason that it's happening there is because of one of these suburbs that's right outside of Chicagoland. Chicago is the nation's busiest rail yard hub, and the trains are waiting for clearance to get into Chicago. Complicating the issue is that there are two major train intersections in Hammond, and so they're trying to find a place that they can put the trains that won't interrupt those two intersections, because if they block those intersections, they create backups all the way up and down the network. Further thing complicating this is that trains have gotten longer, and so those backups are bigger, and they're crossing over more crossings and then interrupting the community even more than they did previously.
So we're seeing some photos here now of what people have to go through to get to the other side, and they're really scary because this is extremely dangerous for anyone attempting to do this. I know that your reporting found that Hammond police used to be able to write tickets every time they saw a train stalled for more than 5 minutes, but instead of paying that $150 fine for each infraction, Hammond officials told ProPublica that Norfolk Southern would bundle them together and negotiate a lower payment. So how is this holding, the rail company accountable?
I don't know that it is. And, they're treating the citations that they get in these local communities for blocking the crossings just like they treat the fines from the federal government. They negotiate those down as well. So the mayor of City of Hammond told us writing the tickets, they really didn't get much money from those. They did it really to make the community feel as though they were trying to take a proactive step.
So the Hammond superintendent, Scott Miller, I know, told your publication that his district asked Norfolk Southern for a schedule so that schools can plan for blockages and students, I guess, can adjust their routines. How have that responded? How have they responded, and how is that going?
Well, we haven't heard the latest. Maybe since we published the story, maybe there's been some traction on that. But before we published the story, they basically said those requests went disregarded by the railroad. That's the story that you get from many communities throughout the country where they have frustrations with the railroad, particularly with block crossings. Repeatedly, the story is over and over again that we bring these issues to the railroad, but it feels like it's falling on deaf ears.
And speaking of falling on deaf ears, lawmakers in at least 8 states have tried to curb blocked crossings by restricting the length of the trains, but I guess all those proposals died before becoming law. So what options do these communities have at this point? What happens now?
Well, now, if you listen to Secretary of Transportation, there's a lot of funding out there for communities that are interested in trying to maybe use infrastructure projects to get out of these situations, build overpasses, underpasses, build overpasses for pedestrians, try to help them remedy the situation. We can report this morning that after our story, the CEO of Norfolk Southern did call the mayor of Hammond and had a discussion, and the mayor relayed that to us as a very positive conversation. He wouldn't get into the details, but he did relay he felt like something really positive could come out of it for the children.
Oh, let's hope so. Your reporting on all of this is really important. Topher Sanders, thanks a lot for your time today.
Thank you, Alexis.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.